How's it going, everybody? Daner here with North Central Coins, and welcome back to another episode of the most rare and valuable coins in Canada. Today I'm going to be counting down the top 10 most valuable loonies you can find, whether you are coin roll hunting, you get a collection handed down to you, or maybe in your pocket change. Now, in the past, I did make a video detailing the top 5 most valuable loonies to look for, but I did not include any proof or specimen loonies in that list, so I thought it would be prudent if I made a list. This is basically going to be the definitive Canadian loonie list. I'm not going to make any more after this, so make sure to pay attention and stay until the end if you want to find out the values of the $1 coins that are in your change. But before I do start this video off, I would really appreciate if you guys would hit that thumbs up and subscribe if you would like to see more coin collecting content, and also if you would hit that bell notification so you can see my new videos as they are being released. And then without further ado, what do you say we get into it and count down the top 10 Canadian loonies to look for? Let's get it, guys. So as I start this list off, what I'm going to do is work my way from the least valuable all the way up to the most valuable, being number 1. One important thing to keep in mind when it comes to the Canadian loonie is that it was only introduced in the year 1987. And usually when a coin is as modern as that, it means that it will not have a crazy value unless it has some kind of error or variety, which there are not too many to look for when it comes to the Canadian loonie. So for this video, I'm going to be discussing the high-end values, and I may discuss a couple of varieties you can look for as well, which will add a premium to the coin. So let's start things off with number 10, which is actually going to be a proof-like loonie, which is the 1997 Flying Loon. So that would mean that this loonie would come out of the 1997 proof-like set and is quite limited. So your chances of finding this coin roll hunting or in your pocket change is not too great. But if you do manage to find one of these, it can be worth around $30 for a PL64 and all the way up to $70 for a PL67 example of the 1997 Flying Loon proof-like loonie. Number 9 is going to be another proof loonie, and that is the 2002 Family of Loons proof-like. So this will have come out of the 2002 proof-like set, and in terms of value, it can be worth around $30 for a proof-like 64. So that is a little bit more beat up. Most likely, if you pull one out of the set, it is going to be in better shape than that. So this could definitely be a good one to cherry pick and send off to be graded and maybe make a profit off of it, because it can be worth all the way up to $90 for a PL67 example of the 2002 PL Family of Loons loonie. Number 8 on this list is going to be the 2012 Security Mark loonie. Now, the Security $1 coins were manufactured at the Mint facility in Winnipeg. Manitoba uses the same patented multiply plated steel technology from which Canada's lower denomination circulation coins have been made since the year 2001. This technology, by which a steel core is plated with alternating layers of different metals such as copper, nickel, and brass, employs far less metal than alloy coins and produces highly cost-effective circulation coins. These $1 circulation coins also incorporate new visible security features which further enhance the security and integrity of Canada's coinage system. The reverse features a laser mark micro engraving. So if you are able to find one of these 2012 security loonies with the loon on the reverse of the coin, it can be worth up to $90 for an MS67 example. Number 7 on this list is going to be the 2008 Lucky Loonie. Now you're going to find for a lot of the loonies that I am covering that they are different commemorative designs. They were released in different mintage figures, but sometimes, depending on how they were struck and how heavily they were used in circulation, finding high-grade examples of them can be difficult, like the 2008 Lucky Loonie, for example, which apparently can be worth up to $100 for an MS67 example. Now that is a pretty good premium, and the great thing about some of these more modern coins is you can still actually buy uncirculated rolls from coin shops. Sometimes you can find them on Facebook Marketplace, Kijiji, eBay, so definitely keep your eyes open, because if you find any of uncirculated rolls of the loonies that I'm discussing on this list, you could definitely make some good money off of it. Number 6 on this list is going to be the 2005 Terry Fox loonie. Now, for anyone that is not familiar with Terry Fox, he is an iconic Canadian hero that got a cancer diagnosis and lost his leg, and using a prosthetic leg basically ran across Canada to raise money and awareness for cancer research. And to this day, many schools in my area and around Canada will actually do a Terry Fox run every school year at the beginning of the year to commemorate it. So this is a fairly important coin when it comes to Canadian history, and it can be fairly valuable as well. There are two different varieties you can look for. The one that is the most valuable is the no grass variety, which basically there will be little to no grass behind Terry Fox's leg or foot. It will be much more sparse and scattered. And then the grass variety is actually still pretty valuable. It can be worth around $106 for an MS67. So if you're able to find one with the no grass variety, it will probably make it about twice as valuable, so around $200. Number 5 on this list is going to be a very recent loonie, and that is the 2021 Klondike Colored Loonie. Now, they just started releasing colored loonies starting in 2020, and I find them to be absolutely beautiful, and the technology is amazing. The Mint has been making colored coins in Canada since the year 2004 for general circulation, and they are still pumping these things out. I'm really hoping that maybe eventually we can get a colored nickel before they go out of circulation, but maybe I'm just hoping and dreaming. But in terms of value, the 2021 Klondike Colored Loonie can be worth around $106 for an MS66 example, and this is the most modern coin that I'm covering on this list, so it has by far the best chance that you can actually go out there and find uncirculated rolls for a reasonable price from your coin shops, or maybe from eBay or Kijiji or Facebook Marketplace. That's where I actually look for good deals on coins a lot of the time. Sometimes you can find people that don't know exactly what they have, and I definitely don't encourage taking advantage of people. But if someone is selling something for way too low, then you can maybe meet them in the middle and give them something fair. But there's definitely some good deals to be had out there. Number 4 on this list is going to be another proof-like loonie, and that is the 2004 proof-like Goose Loonie. So this is an NIFC that you can only find in the 2004 proof-like set. So that makes it pretty rare and unique, and your chances of actually finding it in your pocket change or in a coin roll hunt is probably slim to nil, but don't say never, because I have found some pretty rare NIFCs before in some of my coin roll hunts. Now, in terms of value, this can actually be worth $118 for a PL64. If you're able to find one in a higher grade, let's say PL65 to 67, it could easily be worth around $150 to $200, and that is for the 2004 proof-like Goose Loonie. Number 3 on this list is going to be the 2010 Saskatchewan. Now, I can personally vouch that from the Loonie coin roll hunts that I have done, that I did not come across these too often, especially in a high-grade state. Usually when I found these, they would be very beat up. So it is definitely a good one to look for. If you can find one that is even in a lower mint state, it will probably be worth a little bit above face value. You can always get people to pay premiums for these commemorative coins if they need them for their collection, or if they really just have no idea what they're doing. A lot of people ask me where to sell their coins, and the most simple answer I can give you is to take it to a coin shop, sell it on Facebook Marketplace, Kijiji, or on eBay. Those are the best options if you want to be able to get the most amount of money for your coins, and also the best options if you want to be able to buy coins as well. Now, all of that being said, the 2010 Saskatchewan, if you can find one of these in a high mint state, MS67, it can be worth around $127. Now, this is now a 13-year-old loonie, but that does not mean that you can't find uncirculated rolls. And if you did happen to buy one of these and you get 25 loonies inside, even if you pay $100, you can still turn a pretty hefty premium off of that. Number 2 on this list is going to be the 1994 Memorial Loonie. Now, I have actually found these before in pretty good shape in some of my coin roll hunts. Definitely not in a high MS67 mint state, but probably at least in a low mint state. So that tells me that these are still out there. You can find stuff from the 80s and 90s that's still in good condition, and sometimes you can get lucky and even find stuff older than that that's in an MS state. But when it comes to value, the 1994 Memorial can be worth around $187 for an MS67. I'm not sure exactly why that is. Maybe it has a lower mintage figure. Maybe there isn't too many that survived in a high MS state. But regardless, it is definitely a good one to look for, especially in your coin roll hunts. Well, we have breezed through and already made it to number 1 on this list. I really hope you guys enjoy these videos and find them helpful. If you do, please hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that bell notification so you can see my new videos as they are being released. I have a whole bunch of awesome content planned for you guys in the upcoming future, and I'm definitely excited to be rolling that out. So make sure to stay tuned for all of that. But what do you say we get into number 1 on this list, which is going to be the 1993 Canadian Loonie. Now, depending on where you get your information, whether you're using coin catalogs or you're using websites, the prices will fluctuate rapidly. If you use Charlton, for example, they are one of the most reliable sources, but from year to year, the prices can go up and down quite a bit. So one of the sources that I like to use is Coins in Canada. They update their prices daily. It is pretty much like the stock market or the precious metals market. And I really like the way that they do their coins. They have a lot of information on errors and varieties. So I definitely suggest that you go and check out their website. But for the 1993, you don't even need to look for any varieties or anything special. All you basically need to look for is a high mint state example. And according to Coins in Canada, it can be worth around $235 for an MS67. Now, as you go lower down in the grading tiers, the price will drop substantially. Like example, for an MS60, it's probably going to be worth like $5 or even less. Maybe you can find someone that needs it for their collection. But when it comes to reaching these high premiums for these coins, you definitely want to make sure that they are in a high mint state if you ever are going to send them off to be graded. But that is pretty much going to do it for this one, guys. We have broken down the top 10 Canadian Loonies to look for. There are no specimens that made it onto this list, but honestly, there are not a whole lot of valuable specimen Loonies to look for. Usually maximum, they'll be worth only $20 or $30. So as far as all of the research that I have done, these are the most valuable Loonies that are out there. If you guys would like to make any notable mentions, I would definitely appreciate it down in the comments. But that's it for today, folks. So until the next one, everybody, peace out and have a good one.